After having discussed the main problem at hand with respect to the data set and with respect to reverse lookup, let's now proceed and see the mechanism. How does this new formula of index work and helps us?
Simply watching the video won't help. Practice well. So take the initiative. Get access to all my YouTube practice files from the description given below.
So as we noticed earlier that VLookup could not have been used in this case because the common link is placed in the middle and I need an answer from the column before it. So we will apply a formula of index. Now we'll go slow on this. Why? Because this index formula requires some explanation in terms of logic. The first line of parameter, that is what we're going to focus upon. It says array. It doesn't say lookup array or table array. It simply says array, which means you have the flexibility to choose a small array with one dimension or maybe two dimensions. At this moment, we will refer this array as chessboard. Yes, chessboard. If I tell you that, look, I have chosen this as my chessboard, I'm going to fix that. And this small hypothetical chessboard, now do not consider the chessboard to be the one which you normally play, but as a hypothetical scenario made up of grids of rows and columns, this is our hypothetical chessboard. In this chessboard, what I'm being asked is row number. So let me hypothetically provide a number, let's say 2, comma, and it says column number. So I say 2. So in this entire grid, which is made up of several rows and 3 columns, if somebody gives you the coordinates similar to what we have been using in terms of latitude and longitude, similarly, if I locate row number 2, which is this one, and column number 2, which is this one, the intersection of the two is going to point to what cell? The cell containing orange. And that's what I'm going to get if I press enter.
If you liked how we explained the logic behind the tricks, why don't you check out our entire library? Use the link in the description below.
So primarily this formula of index works like latitude and longitude. It needs the surface area and it needs the coordinates. 1 row number, 2nd column number. Okay, that was theory. But let's see how do we apply this theory to fetch our answer. To begin with, let me just ask you to look at this particular picture which illustrates the point. Point of what? Point that in the first parameter of index, array refers to the chessboard. I will need the count of row number. For example, if somebody asks me which row number is the company red located in, especially with respect to this blinking border area, that's the 3rd row. If somebody would have asked me where is orange, I would have told 2nd row. Now how are you coming to this conclusion of 2nd row being orange and 3rd row being red? Because you're counting vertically, top to bottom. So 1, 2, 3, that's for red. Blue would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So the point is, if you've been asked by index formula row number, you're counting vertically. Similarly, if somebody would have asked you, please give me the column number for EBITDA, you would have certainly told 1. For EBIT, you would have pointed to the 3rd column. Why 3rd? Because you're counting horizontally or sideways. So the point here is, inside the index formula, the 3rd parameter, which talks about column number, you are trying to calculate the sequence in horizontal manner. So keeping this picture in our mind, let me place it in the right place, and once I do so, let me proceed with the formula. So here it goes, equal to index, array will be the entire table, and you don't need to worry about whether you are going to choose from the first column which is blank or the first column which has the company name, doesn't matter. Choose the entire area. As usual, any array, I'm going to fix it F4 comma. Now instead of you doing the counting 1, 2, 3 or EBITDA 1, 2, 3 for EBIT 3, we will delegate this task to who? Yes, we'll delegate this task to match formula. So I'm going to reserve a seat for one match formula in place of row number. The next match formula is going to hold its position where the formula is asking for column number. So both these match formula individually, one will work for row number, one will work for column number. Now, why did I put the dummy placeholders first? For starters, especially if you're starting this formula for the first time, I would seriously advise that first you dedicate these placeholders so that you avoid any kind of syntax errors. So once the framework is clear in your mind, then we target the first match. How do we write the first match formula? Who is been allotted to find row number? Now, always the first match is going to focus on something which is vertically placed. What is a common link which is vertically placed? If you're thinking EBITDA, notice if later point in time, if I write EBIT, that EBIT would not be shown in the first column. So I want something which is consistently placed in the first column or second column or third column, basically any one column. And that would be what? Company name. So first match, look for red, comma. As we remember from our old VLookup match discussions, junior follows senior, which means index being the senior formula, match will follow its footsteps. So it will choose the entire array where the common link is placed, but ensure that it doesn't start before, nor does it start later. It starts right from where index has begun. And since match is a junior formula, it cannot take a table array. It has to take a lookup array. So match, please start looking for the word red and start finding the count in this region. Of course, it's going to give you 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to press F4, comma, 0. 0 is for exact match. Now targeting the second match. Second match always will look for column number, and column number can be found if you're trying to find something horizontally. Now what is that common link which is placed horizontally? That's nothing but the financial parameter EBITDA and EBIT. So match, look up for EBITDA, earning before interest, tax and depreciation amortization. So look up for EBITDA, comma, and start counting from where? Not before, not later. Junior follows senior, same concept. So it's like a crisscross that is happening on this junction. So after having selected the desired area, I'm going to press F4, comma, 0 being the standard notation. So the first index, it's capturing the entire chessboard. The next formula, match, first instance of match inside this index formula, will focus on something vertically because it needs to find row number, and the next match formula is going to find something horizontally. As I press enter, notice red EBITDA. Red on the opposite side, on the reverse side, I have EBITDA's number, still fetches me the result. This could not have been done using VLookup and match. So this was just for starters, index, match, match, and we'll practice more of such examples in the next upcoming videos. Just to quickly compare VLookup match versus index match match, these are the two pictures, illustrations, which will explain the difference between the two. So index, how it works, it is going to focus on the chessboard first. The first junior or the first match will focus on something vertically, wherever it is placed, either first column or second column or third column. The second match will focus on something which is horizontally placed, in this case the header. So there are practically two match formula, whereas in VLookup, the main formula is already trying to find the common link vertically. So hence we only need one match formula, and that too to find column index number.